What if I told you that just 5 minutes each morning could add not just years, but decades to your life? Would you try it? It sounds almost too simple, but that's exactly why most people overlook it. Picture this. One morning, a 67-year-old man wakes up dizzy, his knees aching, reaching for the wall to steady himself. Down the street, another man the same age is tying his sneakers, ready for a brisk walk with a smile on his face. What separates them, genetics, luck, no. It's the first 5 minutes of the day. After 65, the way you wake up might be the most powerful longevity tip no one's talking about. New research from Harvard and the National Institute on Aging shows that what you do immediately after opening your eyes impacts your blood pressure, brain function, and joint health for the entire day. And over time, it could determine whether you remain independent in your 80s or rely on someone else to get out of a chair. In this episode of Live Healthy After 50, we'll uncover the 5-minute golden formula used by seniors who age gracefully, maintain sharp minds, and keep moving without pain. No gimmicks, no expensive routines, just real science-backed habits you can start tomorrow. If you're passionate about healthy aging, natural health for seniors, or discovering doctor tips for older adults that actually work, this one's for you. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps YouTube recommend this to others who want to live well after 60. And I'd love to hear from you. What's the very first thing you do after waking up? Let me know in the comments. Now let's dive into the 5 simple habits that could change the way you age starting tomorrow morning. Part 1, 1 minute after waking, warm lemon water. After age 60, your body begins each day at a disadvantage, and most people don't even realize it. Overnight, while you're sleeping peacefully, your body steadily loses fluid through your breath and your skin. Nearly half a liter of water is gone by morning. You don't feel it, you don't see it, but inside your blood thickens, your heart works harder, and your brain starts the day running dry. For older adults, this hidden dehydration isn't just about feeling thirsty. It raises your risk of stroke, triggers morning blood pressure spikes, and silently stresses your liver, the very organ responsible for clearing toxins your body filtered all night long. That's why the very first thing you put into your body matters more than most people think. And no, it's not coffee. Start with a single glass of warm water and the juice of just 1/4 of a fresh lemon. It takes less than a minute, but the effects ripple through every system in your body. Warm water works differently than cold. It gently expands your blood vessels, helps oxygen move more freely, and lightens the load on your heart, especially important if you're managing high blood pressure or cardiovascular disease, which becomes more common in people over 65. The lemon, it's not just flavor. That wedge delivers potassium, vitamin C, and natural electrolytes, nutrients your cells crave first thing in the morning. It supports liver detoxification, promotes digestion, and activates enzymes that help flush out what your body was trying to get rid of all night. It also quietly contributes to long-term joint health. Citrus compounds found in lemon have been shown to stimulate collagen production, a crucial protein that supports flexible joints, strong skin, and healthy blood vessels. It's a natural ally in your fight against inflammation and stiffness. Mary Thompson, 72, from Asheville, North Carolina, learned this the hard way. After a mild stroke just before her 70th birthday, her doctor urged her to rethink her morning routine. Instead of reaching for toast and coffee, she started each day with a tall glass of lemon water. Within weeks, she noticed more than just better digestion. Her hands felt less stiff, her mornings less foggy, and her cardiologist impressed. This tiny habit is not a miracle cure, but it is a first step, a small signal to your body that today you're choosing to support it, not stress it. According to the Cleveland Clinic, the risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack and stroke is highest in the first 2 hours after waking. That's when dehydration, constricted blood vessels, and sluggish circulation combine into a perfect storm. But warm lemon water helps turn the tide. And here's something most people miss. It's not just about what it does, it's about when you do it. Drinking lemon water later in the day doesn't have the same impact. Your body needs it most the moment you wake up, when your internal systems are resetting and searching for equilibrium. This is exactly the kind of simple, powerful habit that supports senior health without pills, prescriptions, or complicated routines. It's one of those rare actions that helps prevent aging diseases, supports your heart, brain, and immune system all in under 60 seconds. You don't need a degree in medicine to live better after 60, but you do need awareness. and the courage to replace autopilot habits with ones that serve your future? So tomorrow morning, before you speak, scroll, or sip anything else, pause. Head to the kitchen and drink the water your body's been quietly begging for all night. Add lemon, take a deep breath. Your body will thank you, and your day will begin with clarity, strength, and the calm knowing that you've just made your first and most important choice to live healthy after 50. Part 2, 1 minute after that circulation reset. Most people don't realize it, but your blood doesn't start flowing freely the moment you open your eyes. After lying still for 6 to 8 hours, circulation slows, especially in your legs. Your brain receives less oxygen, your balance is off, and for older adults, this quiet drop in circulation can be dangerous. That's why the first 60 seconds after getting out of bed are critical. One gentle movement sequence can shift your entire morning from groggy and off balance to steady, alert, and energized. Start with your feet shoulder width apart. Raise your arms slowly overhead as you breathe in through your nose, then lower them gently while exhaling through your mouth. Next, roll your shoulders back 5 times, slow and relaxed, then roll them forward. Finally, lift your heels off the floor, hold for a second, then lower them. Do this 10 times. These aren't exercises, they're signals. Signals to your body that it's time to turn on. Simple as they may seem, these motions activate what doctors call muscle pumping. The moment your calves contract, they push blood upward from your feet back to your heart and up to your brain. This gentle push reduces dizziness. It boosts oxygen flow to your head. It clears the morning fog. And most importantly, it lowers the risk of something no one talks enough about: the morning fall. According to Johns Hopkins, researchers, older adults are most likely to fall or faint in the first hour after waking up. Why? Because standing up too fast without movement to reset circulation causes a sudden drop in blood flow to the brain. That's when dizziness strikes. That's when legs buckle. And for seniors, that's when injuries happen. But just 60 seconds of intentional movement, no equipment, no rushing, can reduce that risk by over 40%. That's not a small change. That's the difference between independence and a hospital stay. And there's more. These small movements also wake up your lymphatic system. Unlike your bloodstream, which has the heart to keep it moving, your lymph fluid only flows when you move. And that system is crucial. It's your body's cleanup crew. It filters out waste toxins and even cancer cells. But it can't do its job unless you move your muscles. James Carter, 74, from Boise, Idaho, learned this the hard way. He used to skip mornings altogether, woke up shuffled straight to the coffee pot, then collapsed into his recliner for the news. He felt weak, lightheaded, and tired before the day even began. One fall in the bathroom was all it took to make him reevaluate. His physical therapist gave him a routine. 1 minute, that's it. Now every morning, James rolls his shoulders, lifts his heels, and breathes deep before he takes a single step. And in his words, "I feel like I start on purpose now, not by accident." This is what natural health for seniors looks like. It's not pills, it's not procedures. It's about knowing what your body needs when it needs it and responding with small, powerful habits that help you stay strong. Healthy aging doesn't require pushing your body to the limit. It begins with understanding how to support it through transitions, especially the one between sleep and motion. That shift is delicate, but when done right, it builds stability, sharpness, and calm confidence that carries through your entire day. So tomorrow morning, don't rush. Don't ignore that moment of stillness. Use it. Stand tall. Breathe deep. Move with care. 1 minute. That's all it takes to get your blood flowing and your day moving in the right direction. And in the long run, it could be the reason you're still walking steady in your 80s with a clear mind and strong legs. Part 3. Protein within the first 30 minutes. After 65, your muscles aren't just getting older. They're quietly shrinking unless you intervene. Every night while you sleep, your body enters a fasting state. It starts using up stored energy to fuel basic functions. But here's the catch. If you don't break that fast the right way and fast enough, your body doesn't just burn fat. It begins breaking down muscle tissue to keep going. This silent process is called catabolism. And for older adults, it's one of the biggest threats to long-term strength and mobility. That's why the first 30 minutes after waking are critical. You don't just need breakfast, you need protein, and you need it early. According to studies from the National Institute on Aging Seniors, who consume 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within the first half hour of their day, retain significantly more lean muscle mass over time. In fact, those who miss this window are up to 64% more likely to experience rapid muscle loss, even if they eat well later. Think about what that means. Less muscle doesn't just lead to weakness. It increases your risk of falling, slows your metabolism, weakens your immune system, and drains your energy even if you're otherwise healthy. Carla Rodriguez, 69, from Santa Fe, used to feel like her mornings were uphill battles. She'd wake up groggy, skip breakfast, or have a plain piece of toast. By mid-morning, she felt shaky. By evening, exhausted. After her doctor suggested a change, she started her day with a whey protein smoothie and 2 boiled eggs. Within weeks, the fog lifted. Her stamina returned. She even noticed her posture improve. This isn't about dieting, it's about fueling. Your muscles need protein to rebuild after a night of breakdown. Your bones rely on it for strength. Your brain uses it to maintain neurotransmitter balance. Protein in the morning sets the tone for every other system in your body. Wondering what to eat? You don't need to complicate it. A scoop of clean whey protein in a shake, a bowl of Greek yogurt topped with nuts, a few egg whites and 1 whole egg. For vegetarians, soft tofu or cottage cheese works well. The key isn't the brand, it's the timing. This is one of the most powerful insights in the Senior Nutrition Guide and one of the most overlooked. Because many people believe that as long as they get enough protein by the end of the day, they're fine. But aging bodies don't work like that. The ability to store and utilize protein declines with age. That means when you eat it matters just as much as how much. And the benefits go beyond muscle. Early protein helps regulate blood sugar, keeping energy stable and reducing mid-morning cravings. It improves focus, supports hormone balance, and even helps manage weight, something especially important for those dealing with insulin resistance or trying to reduce belly fat after 60. This is part of the longevity secrets no one puts on the cereal box. A simple shift, a mindful start, and a big payoff. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. You don't need to count every gram. But if you want to stay strong, stay steady, and stay independent, you do need to start your day with purpose. That purpose starts with protein. Not later, not mid-morning, within 30 minutes, every day. Because after 50, your breakfast isn't just a meal. It's a message to your body. And that message should be, we're rebuilding today, not breaking down. Make it count. Part 4, 90 seconds of joint mobility prevents stiffness and falls. As we get older, our joints stop bouncing back the way they used to. After a full night of stillness, the fluid that cushions your joints thickens. That's why so many seniors feel stiff or sore when they get out of bed. It's not just age, it's friction inside your knees, hips, and spine. And left unchecked, that stiffness becomes one of the leading causes of falls. A short 90-second joint mobility routine each morning can help stop that cycle before it starts. Begin by sitting at the edge of your bed. Gently rotate each ankle 10 times clockwise, 10 times counterclockwise. Then rotate each knee in slow circles. Next, stand up. Hold on to something stable. Lean side to side. Slowly twist your upper body. Finally, roll your shoulders backward, breathing deeply. You're not stretching for flexibility. You're warming your joints. You're lubricating them with movement. And you're protecting yourself from the silent wear and tear that builds with time. This isn't a workout, it's preparation. It's the difference between bending to tie your shoes with ease or pulling your back because you move too quickly. The Mayo Clinic explains that warming up the synovial fluid in your joints reduces friction and pressure. That small act done consistently lowers the risk of arthritis, joint pain, and long-term degeneration. It also helps prevent the kind of falls that send thousands of older adults to the hospital every year. But here's what most people miss: these movements don't just help your body, they affect your mood. When you move even gently, your brain releases endorphins, natural chemicals that lift your spirits, ease anxiety, reduce that heavy, sluggish feeling so many people over 60 carry into the day. Barbara Ellis, 76, from Spokane, used to dread her mornings. She described it as moving through wet cement, the pain in her lower back, the way her knees locked when she stood. Her daughter encouraged her to try a short mobility sequence before breakfast. 90 seconds. That's all she did. Ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. After a few days, she stopped waking up with dread. After a few weeks, she stopped reaching for her cane. This is what real prevention looks like. No pills, no prescriptions, just movement with intention. Just one more piece of what makes senior health tips powerful when they're simple, consistent, and designed for aging bodies. Everyday stiffness is not just a nuisance. It's a warning sign. If ignored, it can turn into pain joint damage and eventually a fall that steals your freedom. But when you treat your joints with care, when you give them what they need before you ask them to carry you through your day, you build resilience. Mobility is one of the cornerstones of independence. And it's also one of the first things people lose, not from lack of effort, but from skipping the small steps that matter most. The good news, it only takes a minute and a half. If you want to prevent aging diseases, if you want to protect your knees, spine, and shoulders long-term, this habit is one of the most valuable ones you can build. Think of it like tuning an instrument. You don't play first and tune later. You prepare. You give your body time to wake up, move safely, and support you. So tomorrow, before you walk down the hall or lift a grocery bag, give your joints what they're asking for: warmth, circulation, and freedom. 90 seconds, gentle, consistent, and full of purpose. That's how strength begins. That's how stability lasts. Part 5. Reverse memory recall. Wake up your brain. Aging doesn't have to mean forgetting names, misplacing your keys, or walking into a room only to wonder why you're there. While it's true that the brain changes with age, mental decline is not inevitable. Like our muscles, the brain can be trained, warmed up, and strengthened if we treat it with care and consistency. If you want to stay sharp well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond, one of the most overlooked strategies is not medication, puzzles, or tech gadgets, but a simple morning mental habit that can keep your mind active, focused, and resilient. It's called reverse memory recall, and it might be the easiest and most powerful brain training tool you've never heard of. Here's how it works. Each morning, after you've woken up your body, hydrated, stretched, and taken a few deep breaths, find a comfortable seat. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Then begin reviewing the last 24 hours of your life, but in reverse. Start with the moments just before bed. What were you doing? What did you eat for dinner? What clothes were you wearing? Who did you talk to? What emotions did you feel? Then move back through the evening and afternoon. Did you take a walk? What conversations stood out? Did anything surprise you or make you laugh? Keep rewinding through your morning. What was the first thing you saw when you opened your eyes? What did you smell? What were you thinking? You don't have to get everything right. Accuracy isn't the point. Engagement is. The act of trying to remember and walking backward through your experiences is what stimulates and strengthens your brain. You're flexing a mental muscle that most people let atrophy with time. The star player in this exercise is your hippocampus, the region of your brain responsible for memory storage and retrieval. Reverse memory recall activates the hippocampus in a unique way. It also triggers the release of a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain. It helps grow new brain cells, strengthens existing neural pathways, and protects your brain from age-related decline. Studies from institutions like the Stanford Center for Brain Longevity have shown that older adults who engage in regular memory recall exercises demonstrate slower rates of cognitive decline, improved verbal fluency, and better attention spans. In fact, participants in their 70s and 80s often perform better on memory tests than peers who did not engage in such habits. Take Eugene Miller from Fort Collins, Colorado. At 71, Eugene began to notice troubling signs. He would miss appointments, forget recent conversations, and feel mentally foggy. "I didn't want to admit it," he says, "but I felt like my mind was slipping." After a friend mentioned reverse memory recall, Eugene decided to try it. Every morning, in the same chair, he'd sit for 1 minute and mentally rewind the past day. At first, he didn't expect much, but within 3 weeks, something shifted. He could remember names more easily, recall errands without writing them down, and even notice that he misplaced items less frequently. Most importantly, Eugene felt something he hadn't in a while: control. "It gave me back a sense of confidence," he says. "And the beauty of this technique? It costs nothing. It takes just a minute or two, and it can be done anywhere. No pills, no screens, no appointments. But timing matters. You'll get the best results when your brain is ready, after you've had some water, done some light movement, and your blood is circulating. When your brain is fully oxygenated, your focus sharpens, your neurons fire more efficiently, and the effects of the memory exercise are magnified. This isn't just a tip, it's a lifelong habit. One that not only improves memory, but also restores your sense of self. It reminds you that your brain is still learning, still adapting, still capable of growth, no matter your age. And the benefits don't stop at memory. Regular reverse recall can reduce stress, improve mood, and even lower inflammation in the body. Why? Because mental clarity helps us feel present, not scattered. Starting your day this way gives you purpose. It shifts your mindset from feeling behind to feeling empowered. You don't need puzzles or subscriptions or hours of brain training. You just need a quiet space, a moment to breathe, and a willingness to reflect with intention. So start tomorrow. When you wake up, instead of jumping into emails or rushing into the day, pause. Close your eyes. Ask your mind to walk backward. Don't rush. Just recall what you experienced, what you saw, what you felt, what you heard. Let your memories rise like scenes from a film, scene by scene in reverse. Over time, your recall will become sharper. Your brain will thank you, and your day will begin not in chaos, but in calm clarity. All it takes is 1 minute, one habit, for a sharper mind and a stronger sense of self for years to come. You don't need a gym membership or high-end nootropics. You just need to show up for yourself each morning in a small, intentional way. Because aging well isn't about resisting time, it's about working with your body, with your breath, and with your beautiful, resilient mind. At Live Healthy After 50, we believe that growing older doesn't mean fading into the background. It means stepping into the most aware, purposeful, and powerful version of yourself yet. Each new day is a decision, to drift or to direct your mind with presence. If this video brought you clarity or hope, share it with someone you care about. It might be the simplest yet most impactful gift they received this year. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Because your health, your clarity, your independence, they are your greatest wealth. Let's wake up our brains together.